Well, we are here and we are rocking. Super late. Hope you guys are well. This is another edition of XFeed. Ton of different headlines. Probably going to be a shorter stream, but let's get into it. MicroStrategy now owns more Bitcoin than any country in the world. So the question here is, what matters in terms of countries, the reserves? Apparently, Canada sold a bunch of their gold reserve years ago. But if Bitcoin is something that everybody wants, look at where we are on the scale here. USA, China, UK, Germany, and Ukraine, the top countries with it, and MicroStrategy beating them all. Kind of crazy, but by the US just by a sliver. ApeCoin news. Oh my goodness. If you guys haven't heard, there's this thing called ApeCoin, and it was insane when it originally launched, and it's been virtually problematic ever since. Ton of FUD over the timelines, ton of good things coming out of it, but also at the same time, a ton of not so great things. So proposals are made, and I guess one particular proposal is asking for 2.1 million for expansion of ApeChain presence in key Asian events. So the question is here, what's going on, Shay? The question with this is your collection that you're following, particularly within the gaming sector, doing something within the Asian markets? Because, I mean, somebody's asking for this amount. Can we think about the fact that maybe that's the market to be at? I look forward to my weekly Web3 catch-up every day with your spaces. Just wanted to say thank you. Atari, you are a legend. Also love that you're out there doing the spaces. Good sir. Doing the Lord's work. And Shay, can you just completely switch over to nighttime? Maybe. We did the 12 p.m. EST. I don't even know why. We're just like, maybe we'll do them a bit later if that works for everybody. But anyway, the point being within this, the sponsorship, they're saying for 900,000 booth production, 200,000 side events, 450,000 staff expenses, 120,000 marketing materials, 330,000, and flight tickets, $100,000. So one thing that you guys might not know about me is I was actually like an international and domestic student recruiter. What the hell does that mean? Well, basically, I was the guy that went to high schools and said, hey, what do you want to do as a career? And I kind of told them what my school offered. And it's funny because for the majority of this that I'm seeing across the timeline it's the same thing where you would go to events, set up a booth, and just try to acquire users. Now, for the student side of things, it was events obviously specifically for students, and this is obviously going to be for things within the Web3 realm, but I feel like it's a little bit different. Like when people go to a Web3 event, do they really look and say, hey, like I'm going to a booth and I'm going to walk away and I'm going to be buying a token? Or is it more of a social event? Is it more of kind of a just familiarity thing? Is it all kind of fluff, or is it actually something that returns results based off of how expensive these events are to have tables at, etc.? I don't know. But 2.1 million, holy guacamole. So this dude, Herv Valarin, is on the ApeCoin DAO as special counsel and doesn't even own that Bored Ape. He's LARPing for Horizon and getting your funds from Ape to pay for ridiculous shit like $100,000 for flights. Again, the drama never ceases to exist, but some positive vibes. If you guys remember the car that was won from one of the early Bored Ape Yacht Club mobile games, that is what it looked like. Kind of crazy that somebody built all of that and shipped it for winning a video game. And at the time, they spent a ton of hours. There was a point where I think they actually canceled the tournament because people were so deprived and it was like a health concern. That's how crazy people were trying to go for the number one spot back in the day. Okay, so LG Do Said here is saying hire people that are in the weeds. It's not complicated. After the tweet from ISOB saying, hot take, if your crypto company's top marketing and community person can't name at least 5 hot blast projects and hasn't personally farmed at least 50 gold, you probably need to hire a new person in that position. Culture matters. Bet on natives trying things in the trenches. So this is kind of interesting, and I, for full transparency, I haven't really farmed a whole lot of Blast, but it's interesting that there is such this connotation of you need to be involved with Blast, you have to be involved with it, and I think there's been a lot of things that they've done right with that, but similar to any collection we have, some people gravitate towards it, some people do other things, and, you'll absolutely convert a lot of people, but is it something where, if your community person isn't farming on Blast, you shouldn't hire them? I feel like that's somewhat of an interesting and odd take. Now, regarding Blast, oh my God, people are going after these Blast gold points, but NFT stats highlighting just an insane level of manipulation is available given how aggressively people are chasing gold. And Cyrus originally saying someone just dumped 380 Pluto cats, which is just an NFT, for 250 Ethereum, $800,000 profit in 5 days. They swept them all week, accumulated 38% of the supply, waited for farmers to chase, and nuked them all into their heads in one click. Calcium, good morning, good morning. So, I mean, it's crazy. It's like, hey, getting a Blast, and then now this guy made a whole bunch of money because other people did that. Again, you just got to get him before the head of the curve. So, Curio cards. I made the question yesterday, I believe. Maybe it was on Friday, about I got a Curio card before because people told me the narrative of, hey, this is historic, this is going to matter, right? And again, I kind of was like, yeah, sure, that makes sense in my head. So I bought them. And then I was like, why do I want this? And then I'm selling them. But Curio cards, right after that stream, ended up tweeting this. I doubt they watched the stream, but I was like, this is odd timing. So here's what they said. People always want a piece of history in an increasingly digital world. That history is beginning to be on chain. Enter early NFTs. Like the greatest pieces of art on earth, early NFTs are documents of moments in time, periods in culture, and leaps in technology. We've literally made history. It's why we celebrated it with POAPs too. If you've owned Curio cards and been around for our best moments, you might have collected a few of them so far. We love layers. The more there are to explore, the more rewarding it is to unpack the collection. As you dig into Curio cards, you'll find a rich history interwoven with Easter eggs and stories built upon the fabric of innovation and exploration. Okay, do you feel like, yes, I want to go out and buy a Curio card after that? Probably not. Got to do a little bit of research, more to it, but still interesting. They had that out there. Assuming this data is correct, Geho says, according to DeFi Llama, Axie and Pixels are the top NFT projects by monthly recurring revenue. And they have a chart here that explains a whole bunch of projects, and I love it. So Axie's monthly revenue is $246,000. Currently, Pixels' monthly revenue is 1.9 million. Holy guacamole. 4.55 mil pixels spent, not including guild minting. Ronin Gamer spend, contrary to myth and misconceptions. And you can see within this chart, and sorry, it's a little bit small, so I'll read it for you, but Yuga Labs, for the mint earnings, 410 million, with lifetime royalties of 158 million. And in the past 30 days, you guys had 132,000 for royalties, with total lifetime earned 568 million. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. When people talk about the war chest, an immense amount of funding, that's insane. And Atari, I feel the same way as you. Def had some Curio cards and went through my historic phase. It's funny, eh? It's like, it's not even like, you kind of believe it yourself and you're like, okay, like I get the concept from it, but you know, there's some other things that might be a little bit newer and cooler that we like. Pudgy Penguins here for the mint earnings, 529,000. Lifetime royalties, 10 million, with royalties on the 30-day, 83K. And total lifetime earnings, 10 million. And then Azuki, their mint ended up raising 69.49 million. Insane, insane, insane numbers. Okay, if you haven't seen this clip, basically a Ohio State graduation speaker started to shill Bitcoin. And yeah, it went as you thought.
But I encourage you to keep an open mind now.
No.
I see Bitcoin.
So it's a little quiet, but he says, I see Bitcoin as like the future, whatever. Okay. So I want to give a quick little story. When I graduated from college, we had some lady that was from one of like the local internet TV producers. And when I mean local, it's just kind of like, you know, you have the Rogers, Bell, Kojiko, from one of these big companies. And they just talked about their family the whole time, and it was like a very self-centered random talk. And like I almost, not even kidding, almost got up and was like, shut up, because I was like, we're supposed to be graduating, you guys are giving this terrible speech. It's bull. Anyway, this kind of felt like the same thing here, where it's like, I mean, there's a time and place for everything. Seems a little bit weird to be like, yeah, we'll keep an open mind for Bitcoin. However, as people that are in the trenches, I think that it does, you know, like, okay, maybe there's like one or two persons that are like, oh, okay, let me look into it. But Gino Wayne saying stadium full of people that just plug themselves into a lifetime of predatory debt by paying $90,000 for a degree they won't even use, think Bitcoin is a scam. And it's wild to see like these in-person things. And I'm curious if you guys have kind of any extra takes with it, but like, you know, to a point, kind of agree. We all know that, you know, for post-secondary education, college, university, it's all kind of like 50-50 depending on what you go into regarding like careers, but the debt thing is like a huge deal, but kind of funny there. Okay, so over the past little bit, you might have seen, yo, watching you all work feels like Web3 radio calcium. Appreciate the audio, boss. So Node Monkeys, we brought this up the other day where there was this layer 2 that had, I guess, a bunch of the Bitcoin ordinals NFTs used as staking. And I guess the price fluctuation has been rather crazy. I'm seeing some frustration on the timeline from the Node Monkeys community regarding the current price action. Reminder, in my opinion, this trend will likely continue until the remaining 251 are unlocked from Merlin Layer 2, and that could take another 48 to 72 hours based on current trends. So if we go to Magic Eden Bitcoin, and we take a quick look at the NFT marketplace for this. That is not what we want. Top collection Node Monkeys. These things are at a point where like 0.5. So in Bitcoin terms, they're at 0.309. So they're down 0.2. So Bitcoin to USD. So if they're down 0.2, they're down $12,500. Yo, I'm shaking IRL. Oh my God. But that, you know, I didn't even know that Merlin layer 2 there. Maybe I bought a Node Monkey earlier and didn't realize all the people that were out there and staking. Okay, so you guys might not have seen, or you might have, the Killer Whales TV show. And it's got some different people that are within the Web3 space, and Wallet Guard went on there, and I've talked about Wallet Guard. I think it's really, really good. And so I just want to watch maybe like 3 minutes of this because I think it's a really, really good video and shows you a little bit of the founder of Wallet Guard. So here we go.
I believe in blockchain and crypto so much that if you were to take everything that I own away from me, I would still be happy standing on a street corner and talking about it for free. My name is Michael Kay. I'm the Partnership Director for Wallet Guard. In the past few years, there's been billions lost by crypto scams. And unfortunately, there's not the right tooling or education until we created Wallet Guard. If you think about telling your friends or family about crypto, we can't expect them to go to the wrong website by accident or think they're getting something that's not really true. Wallet Guard makes sure that the website you're going to is the legitimate website for the asset or NFT that you're trying to purchase. And we also confirm through our education that you understand how to look at and interact with that website. They're not going to lose everything in a single click. We are constantly adapting and changing, considering that crypto changes every second. Don't raw dog the blockchain. Wallet Guard is the condom for your crypto assets.
Okay, then.
All right, man. So look, I lost you. I watched the video. I lost you at we're a condom for anyone that's raw dogging crypto.
Listen, he just wants to feel something.
All right, man.
We all want to feel
so
something.
tell us, why shouldn't we raw dog crypto and how do you help?
When I see fellow NFT members or even a fellow family member losing $50 or an asset that's worth thousands of dollars, but we always say, don't raw dog the blockchain, use Wallet Guard.
What demographic are you going for with that comment, though?
Anybody that's choosing to self-custody.
You're going for the nuns in the monastery with that comment? Don't you want new users that may not like the word raw dog in the sentence with their money?
You're meant to protect your crypto and then you use terms like this. But I'm not.
You know, it's kind of funny the fact that they're like solely focusing on like what he's saying, not even the product or anything. But I don't necessarily disagree with them.
To be targeting.
Cut your hair, act a little bit more like a cop so you can really grow the business.
And how many users do you have?
We just surpassed 17,000 users.
17,000?
Wow.
Correct.
I'm also curious, do you have any statistics how many hacks you prevented?
In the past 3 months, we've done over 35,000 scams that have been detected, and we've saved $5 million in assets based on these transactions.
You've saved users over $5 million?
Correct.
That's huge.
And what happens if you guys miss a scam?
as far as like
Someone uses your tool and they still get screwed legally. Are you in trouble?
we don't ever state that something's 100% secure. We always want users to know to stay vigilant in the space, and there could be something new, which happens every single day, that might affect that.
You have a very successful model. How are you going to prevent others from copying you and
Last
taking your
thing here.
market?
The fact that we were able to find 5 of us that have the same vision and quit pretty much everything we're doing to come to one location. We lived all across the world, Australia, Florida, California. We moved to Austin, Texas, got a hacker house, and we're putting in that 18 to 20-hour days, hustling, trying to get this out there. So I don't think any other product's going to be as bullish as
Okay. What do you guys think of Wallet Guard there? A little bit different, interesting hearing from the founder on that regarding it all, but maybe give you a little bit of a perspective. The only other tool I know about is Pocket Universe. Just added it and love it so far. I think almost all the tools that have been like generally accepted or like widely promoted are all really, really good. So Atari, good to hear that. Nice amphibian. What's going on? So notice this today. Forgotten Runes Wizards Cult. All wizard holders now have a window to mint a free pirate. So Pirate Nation, if you guys have seen this, a lot of people have been shilling it. I brought it up the other day when I saw random people on my timeline back to back highlighting it, and I have a Forgotten Rune Wizard, so I jumped in here, and this is the screen that it showed you. If it still plays the music. Nah, it doesn't. Maybe it will in a second, but you have like a quest for booty. You click this, it'll give you some parts. You craft a boat, and then you go into battle. Oh, there we go. Now there's the music. Some lightweights are causing da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. We'll be like super quick with this. I normally don't do like a whole lot of gaming things, but it looks like this is kind of like a trading card game. So we have 2 of the characters here. Can deal 10 damage. Boom. Okay. Hey. This is the day you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow. I have no idea what I'm doing, but if we go here, heavy blow, another one, boom. Can I just keep firing this? All right, fire. I gotta have my turn, son of a gun. You paper-handed your Pirate Nation for burn 06. All right, well, listen, for the music itself. That's insane. But what are they at right now? Out of curiosity, Mr. Atari, there will be 50 memes based on real life people or brands that will reach hundreds of millions in market cap this cycle. If you fail to see it, you simply don't have a fluent understanding of memetics. I kind of agree with this. Obviously, shout out Toasty for the Joe Bowden or whatever the hell it was. These things just end up working out. I saw some other coins that were popping up on the timeline, and it's funny though, because you have to think of everything possible in the world and how many people are creating these random meme coins. How is there not like 30 of each one of the exact same like ticker, but just like a certain one ends up taking off? It's kind of crazy. It's a round point. Wait, so you're saying that I got a pirate that's 0.8 ETH? No shot. That's crazy. At this point, VFriends has basically become a collection of 30 to 60-year-old divorce dads. What the hell is this? And then he goes on for some other things. So this is kind of like a digging post, but I want to take it from a different perspective here, okay? We take kind of a negative connotation and turn it into a positive. I think that there is absolutely different collections that are offering something for specific individuals. Case in point, VFriends has been doing a whole bunch of different activations with brands, tempting to go into different categorizations from like wines to toys, etc., etc. Most of the videos you see, again, VFriends as a whole, a lot of Gary VFriends that are people that are kind of entrepreneurial. And so it's an opportunity for people to connect that are about something specific, right? And for the most part, we can go to these different games, people connect, okay, the art, whatever, some kind of an interest here. So I don't actually think that this is necessarily a bad thing overall. The FTX debtors today filed their anticipated amended plan of reorganization and accompanying disclosure statements with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court. What the hell does that mean? So disclosure statement by the numbers, 98% of the creditors of FTX by number will receive approximately 118% of the amount of their allowed claims within 60 days after the effective date of the plan. So they're getting more money back. 100% plus 9% interest. Value of claims amounts to be paid to non-government creditors as a result of subordination arrangement with government creditors. 4.5 to 16.3 billion projected total value of net distributable proceeds. Dozens of complex disputes with government and private stakeholders resolved constantly. Okay. Anyway, I don't know about half that stuff, but it sounds like people are about to get their money back. What does that mean for the market? Are people suddenly bullish again? Does that mean a massive inflow here on alts? How long does this take to get out here? Generally speaking, very, very good news to see, and that's exciting.
Elliot?
One last video here from 2013. Check out Elliot.
Eric Elliott. I'm an internet developer. I am a Bitcoin miner. Bitcoin is a decentralized cryptocurrency, basically a virtual form of money. Bitcoin is controlled by a software algorithm. In order to control the amount of Bitcoins that are released into the economy, the algorithm determines that there's only so many that are mined during a certain period of time. Currently, that is 25 Bitcoins are found about every 10 minutes or so. Those people that are mining contribute to the overall, I guess, computing power of the network. You're only going to get rewarded, in essence, whatever percentage of that power your computers are putting out.
So those are the graphics cards right there. Those are what are doing all the work.
Most miners are probably earning fractions of Bitcoins.
Standard computer that you basically see any gamer having.
I started mining in 2011, so I invested about $800 to build this computer. At the time when I put it online, I was probably mining, 1 Bitcoin a day, something like that. In essence, all you're doing is downloading software.
How rich is this guy now?
24/7 that are accepting these mathematical problems, solving the mathematical problems, and sending the results back up to, to a server.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Back in 2013. Holy smokes. Now, guys, one kind of cool thing that we did a soft launch for today is RWA segments. Getting into a podcast series that's talking about real world assets. We're going to have different guests and whatnot. If you are on YouTube, I have linked this page directly. It's up on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, etc., almost everywhere they have podcasts. We have 2 episodes uploaded right now. Give you a quick little bit of the second one here that we uploaded a little bit ago. And if you guys are wanting to check that out, I'd love for you to do that. And again, it's in the YouTube comments, but expect to see more posts about that in the near future. But here's a little clip from episode 2. This is a marketing communication. The conversation today is intended only to provide general information. Nothing discussed should be considered financial advice. This is RWA segment.
What do you mean? In order to get exposure to farmland, you had to buy the whole thing? That's insane. How did you guys do that? Well, folks like us didn't, but eventually folks like us will.
If we think about the future for tokenization, it is only a natural stepping stone towards bringing all assets on chain.
All right. So again, there's a little bit of what's going on with that podcast. Again, if you guys want to check that out, appreciate it. That's it for this edition of XFeed. Shay, appreciate letting you know that you like the nighttime version of this. And guys, if that works for you, let me know, because I kind of just do it whenever, but I've been doing it usually around 12 p.m. EST. Atari God, appreciate coming through, as well as Calcium. I see Amphibian, you as well, and everybody watching afterwards.